Hey guys, so in this video I'm going to be demonstrating the low incline bench dumbbell chest flies. This is another chest fly variation. The nice thing about this variant is it's actually very easy to set up as long as you have access to a portable bench that you can adjust to an incline or even go flat, it's fine, and you have access to a decent range of dumbbells. The one downside, I would say, for this exercise is that due to the nature of the way that gravity and the weight of the dumbbells works, all of the resistance is coming down. What this means is the stimulus for this exercise for the chest really only occurs, I would say, in the bottom 2/3 of the range of motion when the chest is in the most deeply stretched position. And as you bring the dumbbells up high over the chest for the concentric phase of the exercise, for that shortening component, the stimulus does drop off quite significantly. So the top portion of the lift feels a bit more of a waste than not and doesn't really do much for you. So in order to get the most from this movement, you probably want to stay in the region or within the range of motion where there is still decent tension on the chest throughout. Let me show you what I mean. As you can see, I've got the little portable bench here set up at a low incline behind me. I've got a couple of 5 kilo dumbbells here. So I'm going to show you the setup and just explain what I'm talking about. So a modest incline, going by the literature, seems to provide a greater overall stimulus for the chest, which is why I'd recommend just going with a low incline as opposed to a completely flat bench setup. So here we go. So I'm going to start laying back, my upper back and shoulders, crushing the bench between my shoulders. My hips are glued to the bench, feet flat on the floor, quite wide, pushing down through my legs. I start with the dumbbells in that top position over the shoulder girdle or upper chest. I'm going to lift my chest towards the sky to keep in a stretched position, and with slightly soft elbows, I'm simply going to open up my arms and allow the weights to lower down until my chest feels maximally stretched at the bottom. Pause for a second there, and then I'm going to bring the arms up to the top again. Now, you can touch the dumbbells together at the top, that's totally fine, and bringing the dumbbells all the way up like this is perfectly fine to do, but again, in this position here, there really isn't any tension on the chest at this point. The stimulus has dropped off significantly. And it's only as I start to lower the weights out to the side, when I start to feel the effects of gravity and the weight of the dumbbells pulling down, that's when I can feel tension on the chest. And then the tension increases more so towards the bottom of that movement in the maximally stretched position, and then we come up. So if you're trying to maximize the effectiveness or the stimulus to the chest during this exercise, what I would actually recommend is, as opposed to coming all the way up and all the way down, go down as far as you can till your chest is fully stretched, and only come up to the point where you can still feel some degree of tension in the chest, which for me is about here, and then just stay within that lengthened range of motion where you're getting a maximal loading, eccentric loading on the chest. Again, I would suggest erring on the side of quite a light or modest load with this exercise to begin with, because of the deeper stretch at the bottom. That's where most of the work is occurring. And again, to really maximize the effectiveness of this exercise, I would recommend that you stay probably in that bottom 2/3 of the range of motion where the chest is being maximally stretched, and only come up as far as you need to, such that you're still getting that feeling of gravity and the weight of the dumbbells pulling down and keeping that tension on the chest. And then stop as soon as you feel that tension and that stimulus start to drop off, which will probably be about 3/4 of the way up. Pause there, and then come back down again for the big stretch at the bottom before coming up for the next rep. So again, find a load for this that challenges you somewhere in the roughly 8 to 15 rep range, and I would say do about 2 to 3 work sets. making sure you get enough rest in between each work set, that the lactic acid from the chest is cleared out, and the elbows and shoulders are feeling nice and recovered before you go again.